Hey everybody, today we are taking a look at a card game called Neptune. Neptune is a trick-taking game in which you are going to be following suit playing cards. It uses a strange modified deck which only really has 3 suits and an extra sort of special suit. I like my trick-taking games quite a bit. I'm a huge fan of the genre. So, does this one stand shoulder to shoulder with some of my favorites? Let's take a look. To set up Neptune, you are first going to give each player one of these scoring cards, and you're going to give them 2 pawns in their color. One goes on the 0 for the 10th place, one goes on the 0 for the 1st place, and that will be how you keep score of your game, which is very handy. Besides that, you're going to get the deck of cards here. You're going to shuffle these special cards. You're going to get 6 of these, not all of them, and I'll run through all these and what they do in a moment. And then you're going to shuffle that up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to deal out the deck evenly to all the players. The game is, as I said before, a trick-taking game, so let me explain to you how the suits work and how trumps work and so forth. As you can see here, this is this player's hand. And in this game there are 3 suits, besides the special ones which I'll talk about later. There's red cards, there are blue cards, and there are these green cards. And the main thing to understand is when you play a card, everybody has to follow suit. So if I play a green card, if anybody else has green, they have to play it, with a couple of exceptions. And if they do not, then they can play one of the other colors, and it's what trumps what beats what is very simple. It's explained on every card here at the bottom, in which red beats green, green beats blue, and blue beats red. So paper, rock, scissors. And so, on my turn, I would take a look at my cards. I would say, ooh, that's a good one, and I would play that. Let's say this player would look at their hand, and they have some green there, so they're going to play that one, let's say. I'm still winning, the 10 beats the 4, and then this player would look at theirs, and they'll play the 3. And so my 10 wins. And now what I do is I collect the whole trick, and I leave my card on top, because the card that wins it is the one that tells me how many points I get for that trick. And as you can see, the stronger card gives me fewer points. If I've been able to win with a 4, then that would get me 7 points. So I would put that in front of me, like so, and I would play the next card myself. The game is going to continue like this until we've spent all our cards. Basically, we've played as many tricks as the number of cards in each player's hand. And so to give you an example, let's say I'm next, and let's say I play that card, and let's say this player plays that card, because they have to. And then, just for the sake of argument, let's say this player has no red. So let's pretend they had none of these red cards. Well, they can take a look down here and see that blue beats red. And so with this one blue, I could play that and beat the whole thing, collect this grouping, like so, and now they get 10 points. Put that in front of them, lead the next trick. These are all the special cards that come with the game, and I've separated them here into the ones that you have to play when you cannot follow suit. You may play these if you cannot follow suit, and these allow you to break suit. And I wish the card somewhere said that, actually, but you just have to get that from the rulebook. So I'm going to run you through these real quick. Let's take a look at the ones you can only play if you cannot follow suit. So over here we have the Plasma Shield. If you win with this, and it's a 5, you can stick it under a previously won trick and you double the points for that one. Also, that trick is now protected from the Space Bandits, which is the next card. Space Bandits is a 6. If you win with it, you get 5 points, or you can trade that trick for someone else's previously won trick and get those points. They get these, you get those. Proximity Mines is a 7. If you win with this trick, the trick is null, put aside, discarded, done, boom. No one gets anything. Jump Gate, also a 7. If you win with this one, you can take any card from that trick and put it on top, and that's how many points the trick is worth. This one has no built-in points, but if you win, any card can be put on top. And then these 3 are asteroids. They're all the same, except there's a -2, a -4, and a -6. You can play these, and the person who wins the trick, instead of putting their card on top, haha, they have to put this card on top, so they get that many negative points. And then these two, the Station Fall, you can play this any time, but you'll only win with it if all the cards played are either odd or even, and you're going to get as many points as the number of players if you do that, assuming you are actually able to pull that off. So, over here with 3 players, let's say, and both other players played odd cards or even cards, if you win with this, then you get 4 victory points. And you do win. There's no value up here. Some of the other special cards mess with this a little bit, but that's basically how that works. And then lastly, the most powerful card in the game, the Black Hole. You can play this at any time, and it's also worth nothing, but you can take that whole trick and put it on top of a previously won trick that had Asteroid on top and cancel the negative points. So if this is the end of the round, I have won these 4 tricks, then I would score them. I get 10 points for this one here, so 10 points. I would get 3 for this one. I would get 1 for this one. And then let's say I was able to pull this off because all the cards played, and let's say it's a 3-player game. They were all odd in this case. So at a 3-player game, I get 4 points for that. And that puts me at 18. The game will continue for either 5 rounds or until someone gets to 50 points. And once that's over, whoever has the most points is the winner. So now you have an idea of how to play Neptune. I have to say I was not really taken with this one. There were a few problems which I had with the game which really held this back for me. One thing is that the gameplay felt too constricted. Almost every single trick I played out of my entire hand, I had to play the card I had to play. And it just doesn't allow you to have any fun. The game feels scripted to me. I like the idea of the 3 suits each beating a different one and being beaten by the third, but it just doesn't allow for any fun in this game. It's if I have it, I play it. If I don't, then I follow suit. And the special cards, which should be the saving grace in that argument, really don't do that. The special cards, most of them, as you saw, you can't even play if you can follow suit. Which means I can't play them for a while. And so what ends up happening is all the special cards get clumped near the end of the hand, and so it's just special card, special card, special card, and hang on and try to figure out that combination because there's all these weird interactions with all the cards. The cards should have had text on them, I think, to ease some of that pain of looking up what everything does, but the interactions are not really that interesting. The fun factor just isn't there for me. The point value, as you can see, is a huge swing between 1 point and 10 points. So I was not a fan of this one. This was a miss for me. I was it was too bad because I looked for the game, I found it, I was really excited to play it, I liked the theme a lot. I like the look of the game a lot, which actually I heard some complaints about, but not for me. I really think the look is neat and interesting. But the game itself just didn't do it for me. It seems like the fun just isn't here, and I don't like the trick-taking games that you simply do what you need to do, and on top of that, you have to deal with all these weird special cards that you need to explain and then re-explain and then say, wait, what about if I play this card and this other card? Which one wins? Which goes on top and scores? And sadly, Neptune for me is a no-go. So it will not be joining that rank of excellent trick-taking games that are out there. But there are many, many good trick-taking games, so no fear, just go play one of those. Neptune, though? I don't think so.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.